Putting money into buying houses can give you a constant flow of extra cash that can cover your bills for a lifetime. The high chance of making good money from these house buying methods can help you reach a life of not worrying about money a lot quicker than you first thought. In this short video, we'll look at several tested ways of making money by buying houses that could cover all your bills. Stick around until the end because there's something here for pretty much everyone. Selling houses in bulk is like playing matchmaker, but for houses. You look for good deals on homes and then introduce them to people who want to invest money. You don't need a ton of money or have to fix up homes. What you need is the ability to talk deals and spot homes that are cheap. You find a hidden gem, talk to the owner into selling it for less than it's worth and secure it with a legal promise. Then you quickly pass that promise to someone who wants to invest, making some money in what is known as an assignment fee. This is kinda like how a big store like Costco works. They buy stuff cheap and then make it easy for the customers to buy it. The folks who sell the house are happy because they don't have to go through the hassle and long time it takes to list their house for sale. And a lot of the time, normal buyers won't even look at the house because it's not in great shape. Customers are pleased because they grab a house for less than ready-to-sell homes, and you're glad as you get a piece of the cash for linking the buyer with the seller. It's a great method to try out the property business and earn fast money without sticking to it for a long time. But be aware, this buying and selling method is not super easy. If you're eager and set to make deals, then this could be just right for you. Starting with property could be best done through what's called house hacking. You buy a place as an investor and lease some of it to help with costs. Think about living in a two-family house or a building with multiple apartments. You stay in one part and the rent money from the other parts helps with your loan payments, and maybe even more. It's as if you're living without having to pay rent because the money from the people living in your property takes care of the loan and other costs. You can do this with a building meant for more than one family, a two-family house, or even a one-family home or apartment where you rent out extra rooms. House hacking lets you try out the home buying game without spending too much, and it's a big step for growing your money. The best part is you don't need a huge first payment like you do for most rent-out properties. Usually, you need to put down 20% or more to get a loan for an investment house. But if you plan to live there, you might be able to buy it with less than 6% down. If you're eager to jump into owning property and want to save big, house hacking is your best bet. Putting money into buildings where multiple families can live and then renting those parts for a long time is an age-old way to make steady money with little work. If you buy a building designed for more than one family, like a duplex, triplex, or even bigger, you can rent out each section to different families. This gives you a constant flow of cash with not much effort on your part. Well-kept rent spaces are always wanted because people need a good spot to live. If you're nice to the folks renting from you, they'll likely stay, which makes things easier for you. You might hit some rough spots, like fixing things and getting late-night calls about broken pipes, but these issues are not as frequent as you might think if you're a good owner. The big thing is to understand the numbers. You should know what you can charge for rent and what it'll cost to keep the place nice and clean. Not every rental unit will make you money. In fact, many of them up for sale are not good buys. That's why it's really important to know what you'll earn and what you'll spend. You have to correctly figure out what people will pay to live in your units and know exactly what it will cost you. Things like taxes, insurance, fixing stuff, keeping the place up, taking care of the yard, and costs for empty units or changing tenants can make what looks like a good deal into a bad one. This isn't a get-rich plan, but the constant flow of money and other great perks of owning property for a long time can surely help you build wealth over the years. Most people know about short-term rentals, but there's another type that's getting more popular. It's called midterm rentals. This is like the in-between of short-term and long-term renting. You let people live in your place for a couple of months to a year. It's a nice balance between short stays and long-term agreements. This is great for folks who are in a new area for work, exploring a new city, or need a place to live for a little while. Often these renters are travel nurses, doctors, or other professionals. The best part is you get a more stable situation and fewer people moving in and out compared to short-term rentals. Plus, you can often charge more than you can for long-term leases. It's a good deal for both you and the people renting from you. Midterm rentals need a bit less attention from you than short-term ones, but you still have the chance to change prices and find new renters more often. It's like hitting the just right middle ground. Not too long a commitment, and not too quick either. If you want to try out property stuff but don't want to be tied down for years, midterm rentals could be just right for you. Imagine this. You want to be in the property game but don't want the hassle of being a full-time owner, dealing with things like pipe leaks or renters who don't pay. Well, there's another choice. You can buy parts of property companies on the stock market. These are called REITs, or Real Estate Investment Trusts. You invest in these REITs just like you would buy parts of other big companies, like Apple or Amazon. These REITs own all kinds of places that make money, like fancy apartments, shopping centers, and office spaces. They then share some of that rental money with people like you who own a part of their business. You can often make more money this way than just keeping your money in regular stocks. But don't forget, all investments come with some level of risk. The worth of your REIT shares will go up and down with how the stock market is doing. But that's just how investing works. If you're seeking a simple route into the property world where your money works for you, REITs could be an ideal choice to make some extra cash. Another method is live-in house flipping, which is a lighter version of house fixing for those who don't have a lot of time, money, or know-how for bigger risks. A live-in fix is just what it sounds like. You stay in the house while fixing it up. Here's how it goes. You purchase a home that needs work, but not just any fixer-upper. It should be a place that will make you money after you've made it better. Then you move in and start improving the house over a year or more. You can take it slow, focusing on one task at a time. This spreads out the money you need, making it easier to handle. Since you're living there while doing the work, you don't have as many extra costs as a regular house flipper. This means you can make more money in the end and even afford to pay a bit more for the house to begin with. Once all the tough work is finished, you get to enjoy the rewards and make some extra money if you choose to sell the house. Living in and fixing up a home is about having patience, being okay with living in a work in progress for several months, and the joy of making an old home better for future owners. But always keep this tip in mind that all experienced property folks know. Your spending plan will likely change, and things will often end up costing more than you thought. Owning property can give you many ways to make money without having to do much after the initial work, helping you towards financial freedom. From owning places for a long time, to living in and flipping homes, to buying shares in property companies, REITs, to midterm renting, or even connecting property sellers with buyers. There's a way for almost everyone. Each path can also be a way to do something good for others. To do well in property, you'll need to study a lot, be careful in your choices, and prepare well. By picking one or more of these tried and true methods, you're setting yourself up for financial success. Kindly hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and please drop a comment.